guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been watching a few of my videos, then thank you for being here. I'm still really new on YouTube, so it's really exciting when I see people comment on my videos or just watching them in general. That's really exciting to see. I have my dog down here, so if you see like a little toy, he's trying to give me this stuffed animal that he likes to play with, but he's in all my videos, so Marty will make an appearance. But since you saw the title of today's video, I'm so excited. So we're going to be reading viral books this week, and the other reason why I wanted to do this is because these specific books have been on my TBR for a little while now, and I'm so excited to get to them. So one of them is actually going to be a buddy read, and then the other two are just going to be books that I'm going to read by myself, but I genuinely cannot wait, and I think you guys are also going to be really excited once I show you what books we're reading. So the books we're going to be reading today are these three. So we're going to be starting off with Daisy Haites, The Great Undoing by Jessa Hastings. So this particular book is actually the second Daisy Haites book, which is in the Magnolia Parks series. It's part of that universe, and it is the fourth book in general in the series. I just had to count which one this was, but yeah, so this is the book that I'm going to be buddy reading with my friend Adia. I've been waiting for her to finish Long Way Home, and then we were going to start Daisy Haites, so we're most likely going to start this today or tomorrow, which, by the way, when I'm filming this right now, it's a Thursday, and so we're either going to be starting this today or tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah, so this is the second book that follows Daisy and Julian, which is Daisy's brother. And I'm so excited because me particularly, I'm a Daisy girl. I don't get me wrong, I love Magnolia and DJ, but I particularly love Daisy and Julian. Something about their books, there's a lot more action, and I just love Daisy's character so much, and I love Julian. I actually have on my Daisy Haites crew neck, which if you read the books and you know, it's like a little laundromat thing, and it says Baby Haites, and then it says home is wherever I'm with you on the front, and it says it on the back. So I'm already in the zone of reading this book, so I cannot wait, and it's such a beautiful cover. So I cannot wait, especially with how Long Way Home ended, with what happened with Julian, and if you read the book then you know. I just want to see like what's going to happen. And then the next book is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Actually, this one will also be a buddy read. I almost forgot. I will be buddy reading this with one of my friends from Instagram. So we're going to start this as soon as I finish Daisy Haites. We will be starting this one. I'm also really excited about this one. This is my first time reading an Ashley Poston book. But yeah, it's my first time reading a book by this author, and I've heard amazing things about this book and the other book that she has, which come on buddy, which I think is called The Dead Romantics, and I've heard good things about both of them, specifically this one though, so I really cannot wait. I'm hoping that I love it as much as everyone else does, and I know it's kind of like a magical realism. I think it's more so like women's fiction than it is romance, but there's a romance element to it. And yeah, it's just beautiful. I love this cover. I know it takes place in New York. I love when books take place in New York, so I think I'm gonna love it. At least I hope I do. And then last but not least, I also want to try to get to Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This one is blowing up, like are all the other books, but this one specifically, because it just recently came out a few weeks ago, this one is blowing up, and I'm really excited because I love romances that involve like vampires and werewolves. Like right now I'm watching the originals, and I loved Vampire Diaries, I love Teen Wolf, Twilight, all of those. I love them so much. So the fact that this came out, because it involves I think it's a marriage of convenience between a vampire bride and then a alpha werewolf. So it follows Misery, which is the girl, and then Lo, which is the guy, and he's the werewolf. And I think that they have to get married for some sort of something. It's like a marriage of convenience thing. And so I'm really curious to see how this one is, because this is the first book like this that Ali Hazelwood writes. She usually writes more like women in STEM. So this is really different from all the other stuff, and I really hope I love it. I've been seeing mixed reviews. I've been seeing some people love it, some people just thought it was okay, and some people absolutely hated it and gave it 1 star. So I'm really intrigued to see how I like it, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, so these are the 3 books for today. So these are the 3 books for today. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to take you guys with me along this vlog. I hope you enjoy, and if you do, then leave a comment or like, subscribe, you know, all of the typical YouTube stuff. I feel like I don't have to say it every time. I feel like at this point it's kind of worn out. Everyone knows if you like it here, then stay a while. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the next clips, and I'm not sure whether that's going to be today or tomorrow, but you'll see. Okay, I just changed, but I put on my little bookish romance t-shirt, but I wanted to start giving you guys like real-time updates as I'm reading, like just filming like my thoughts and stuff like that. And obviously, as you know, I started Daisy Haites' The Great Undoing. I started this on Friday, and I'm on chapter 13 now, which is page 60. So I wanted to just give you guys my thoughts and updates. So before I get to reading again, I figured that, hold on. So before I get to reading again, I figured that I could tell you guys like my thoughts on the first 60 pages and like what's been happening without spoilers. This is gonna be spoiler free, because this is so Daisy Haites' The Great Undoing is actually the second Daisy Haites book in the Magnolia Parks universe, but it is the 4th book altogether, and they're not interconnected standalones. Like, you have to read them in order to kind of understand what's going on. So I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything like that. I just want to give you my thoughts, and if you've read the book, then you'll know kind of what I'm talking about. But so like I said, I'm 60 pages in and I'm really enjoying it, but I have to say that now that this is the 4th book, I can already, I'm happy with the way that this book is going. I feel like it's less of the constant back and forth and miscommunication and all that, because I can kind of get like played out, I feel like, in the other books. And the one thing that I really love about the Daisy books is that, well, for one, I love Daisy so much. I really love her, and I love Julian, and I just like that there's a lot more action in Daisy's books versus in Magnolia's books. I feel like it's kind of just like the same thing always happening in Magnolia's, but in Daisy's there's a lot of action, which I love. That keeps me a little more into the story and just like excited to pick it up. So already, I'm only 60 pages in, and already there's been so much stuff going on in this book. Come on. But yeah, already my dog is freaking out. He's got a toy. Let me show you. He's freaking out. This is his favorite toy. It's actually a stuffed animal that's the size of him, and he loves playing with socks. Ignore that. But he's so funny, because this thing is literally the size of him, if not bigger. Oh my god. But yeah, if you hear commotion going on in the background, that is why, because I got this crazy guy right next to me. So yeah, so let's get into it. I'm going to find a place to put the camera so that I can stay. Oh, perfect. I have you plopped on a pillow. The other thing that I don't realize with these characters, or like not realize, that I don't get with these characters, I feel like, is specifically Magnolia BJ, but also Daisy and Christian. Like, they both have a similar dynamic where they're both like still hung up on each other, and they know they want to be with that other person, but then they continue to date other people in the meanwhile. It's like nobody can be alone, even if it's literally for like a week. None of them can be alone. I'm not saying that's necessarily like, that's the one thing I love about this series, that the characters feel so real and they have flaws, and like those are real things that people struggle with. But it's just like kind of crazy to read about, and it irks me because I'm just like, ugh, like you want to be with the other person, so why are you messing with someone else's feelings even though you know you don't want to be with them? And that bothers me because I don't know, that just annoys me. Hey besties, so I'm back. I'm currently at like an awkward angle because I'm trying to like bend down so I can film, but I just wanted to give a quick update because it's been, I think, like 2 days since I last updated you. So today's Wednesday, and I have been reading The Great Undoing. I've been consistently reading it, and I am on page 230, chapter 40 is where I'm at, and that I just looked on Goodreads, and that's about literally 50% of the way through the book. So I figured I would just do like some quick updates because yeah, because I'm halfway through and I'm loving it. I was texting one of my friends yesterday, and it's so funny because I noticed that like every time that I get back into this series, I'm like, it almost takes over my life because it's that good, and the characters, the writing, everything, especially Daisy's books. Like I said, I think in the beginning of this, I'm a Daisy girl through and through. I love Daisy, I love Julian, and I love just reading about their lives. Don't get me wrong, I will always love Magnolia and BJ, but I don't feel the same way exactly about them as I do about Daisy and then Julian. Now, obviously they're brother and sister, so it's not their love stories, but I love their points of view and just like seeing what they go through. And I just love them, and I particularly love Daisy. She's one of my favorite female main characters. She's amazing, and so I'm having the best time. I'm really having the best time with this. You know, I don't know, it's hard to like say too much about this without giving stuff away, because like I said, this is book 4 in the series, so it's a little bit difficult to like talk about it because this is spoiler free. But I just will say that yesterday, I think alone, I read like 120 pages, and then I've been reading today. Like, I'm on my lunch break right now for work, that's why I'm filming. And yeah, so I just read a lot yesterday, and then yeah, I love it. I love what's happening with the characters right now. At the same time, I'm also kind of sad because if you've read this book, then you know like what's happening with Julian and what we know is going to happen by the time this book ends. So that's been making me kind of sad, but I also don't want the book to end. Like, I just love being with Daisy and Christian, and I know that when this book and Julian, and I know that when this book ends, I have the next Magnolia book, and then it's gonna be a while before the next Daisy book comes out, so that's kind of sad, but it's fine. It is what it is. But yeah, so I'm having a great time. Also, I have a new sweater. It says meet me at the bookstop. Meet me at the bookshop. It's from the Last Chapter Bookshop. In case you don't know, I don't know if I talked about it yet on YouTube, but I'm actually a rep for the Last Chapter, which is it's a romance bookstore here in Chicago, but they started off as an online bookstore, and so they mainly just, when they started off as an online bookstore, they have like book merch, book boxes, like they make special edition covers and everything like that. And I love the someone's car alarm going off. I'm sorry, hopefully you can still hear me, but I love the physical like brick and mortar shop here in Chicago. I'm always there, and so it was so cool to be picked as a rep. So I'll leave my little discount code for you guys down in the description box if you want to get like some merch from them or like a book box or anything like that. You can use my code and get some money off. So yeah, so that's my updates for today. I'm just gonna read some more, and then my hope is to finish this book, even though like I said I don't want to, but my hope is to finish this within the next few days, maybe like by Friday because today's Wednesday. And then I want to start the 7-Year Slip after that. And then, yeah, it's either the 7-Year Slip, or I think I said the other one that I was going to read was Done and Dusted. I might read that one after this. I'm not sure. We'll see what my mood is like. But yeah, that's my updates for today, and I will see you guys in the next clips. Bye. Hey guys, so I have no idea how the lighting is in this angle. I literally have you propped up in a cabinet, but hopefully it's good. I have on my Written by Emily Henry shirt. I love it. But I just wanted to do a quick reading update because I actually finished Daisy Haites yesterday. So the last time I think the last time when I picked up the camera, I was showing you that I was listening to the audiobook, and I did. That's part of the reason why I ended up finishing this yesterday, was because I put the audiobook on while I was cleaning, and so the audiobook was going, and then every few minutes I would like go to the physical book with the audiobook playing, and then I would like tab or underline something important, and then after that, then I just got so into it, and so then I started just reading it, like eyeball reading it again until I finished it. I think I finished it at like 12:30. I could not stop reading, and I'm sad because now it's over, but at the same time it was such a good book and I had such a good time. It was heartbreaking, but so good. I love Jessa's writing. Like, she's definitely one of my favorite authors. I think her writing style, and I think my top 3 right now are Jessa Hastings, Emily Henry, and Candy Steiner. I just want to read a few more of Candy Steiner's books, but I love Letter to Whiskey, and I love her writing style. So I think those are my top 3 not artists. I think those are my top 3 authors right now. So yeah, so I'm having a great time. I'm gonna do a full like wrap up at the end of the video of all my thoughts on all the books, but I did finish The Great Undoing, and it was so good. Okay, I think that helped with the brightness. Yes, we're good. But yeah, so I finished that, and then, so today I was like, alright, I'm going to continue going with all of the viral books, and I'm going to figure out like which one I'm going to read next. So I ended up picking up the 7-Year Slip earlier, and then I think I read the first 2 chapters, and I feel like I'm just not in the mood for that right now. And I don't want to just read it and then I feel like I won't enjoy it as much. So I put that one down because I'm like, alright, I'm not in the mood for this. Let me force myself to read it, just because I'm not in the mood. So I'll read that one at a later time, maybe in the summer or the fall or next month, who knows, just not now. So then I decided to pick up option 3, which is Bride by Ali Hazelwood, because this book is blowing up right now too, and I know a lot of people are saying how good it is, and so I think I only read like 4 pages today. I'm not far at all. I have no idea if I'm gonna keep reading this one. I'm gonna give it a try, read a couple more chapters, and if this one is also not what I'm in the mood for right now, then I might also pick up Done and Dusted by Lyla Sage, because that one is also blowing up. I would consider that a viral book right now. That's a cowboy romance, and I have it on my TBR, and I've been wanting to read that one for a while, so that one could be a contender, but I'm not 100% sure yet what we're gonna do. So it's either gonna be between Bride or Done and Dusted, since those are both pretty viral books. And if Done and Dusted still doesn't do it for me, then the last choice would be to read A Court of Wings and Ruin, because I finished A Court of Mist and Fury right before I read Daisy Haites, actually, and so this is book 3 in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, an ACOTAR series. Yeah, this is book 3, and so I could also pick this book up. I've been taking my time with this series, just because it's a fantasy series, and it's a series. I don't think there's any reason why I need to rush it and read all the books back to back. So I've been reading like a book or 2 books in between each of these to kind of, I don't know, I guess like prolong it a little bit, because I do really love this series. I really loved the last book. Well, both of the books I gave 5 stars, but the last book, especially the ending, like the last like 130 pages, those were amazing. And I'm really excited to see like what happens in this book. So this could also be a contender. I'm really not sure. I'm all over the place right now with books and reading, because I'm just such a mood reader. But I was also talking to my friend about, we're gonna buddy read Magnolia Park's Into the Dark, so I need to buy the book because I don't have that one yet, and I think I'm gonna get the UK version, which is this big one. So I need to order that off of a UK website, and then I'll be reading that soon too. So that's why, another reason why I don't fully want to pick this one up yet, because I kind of just want to read like a short book in between and then read the next Magnolia Parks book and then maybe pick this one up. I don't know. I'm all over the place. So yeah, that's my update. I will let you guys know what I end up deciding. You're going to see in the next clip. For me, it's probably going to be a few hours, like a whole day, because I kind of have a lot to do for my master's. Where spring break is next week, and so I have like a bunch of midterms. Like I have a midterm paper due tomorrow that's 1,000 words that I have not started. So I have to start that tonight and submit it tomorrow. And then I have a midterm exam for my legal aspects of publishing class on Tuesday. That's due at midnight, and it's like a multiple choice type of exam. And then I have a presentation due tomorrow too that I have to like record myself and submit it, and that's also due tomorrow. And then I had a quiz due yesterday. Yeah, the quiz was due yesterday for my finance class. I'm taking a financial aspects publishing. That was easy though. Got that done in like 10 minutes. So I have a lot to do this weekend. My main thing is I really need to study for this legal class because I feel so far behind, and like I don't really know what's fully happening, even though we're like midway through. I've just been kind of like going with the motions and just submitting my assignments and kind of doing like the bare minimum because it's just a lot going on. So yeah, so wish me luck on that. I'll keep you guys updated because I'm just gonna keep filming for the next couple days, and then I'll have this vlog up and ready hopefully for you guys for next week, but I don't know when that will be for you. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next clips once I get back to reading. Hey guys, so it's really nice and sunny, which is really nice. It's feeling like spring, but I wanted to do another quick little update, and I wanted to let you guys know what I am currently reading, because I know yesterday when I was trying to decide, I felt kind of all over the place on what I was going to read next now that I finished The Great Undoing. So I made a decision. So yesterday I actually ended up buying the MP3, which is Magnolia Parks 3, on my Kindle. So I got the Kindle version just because I felt like reading on my Kindle. I also actually ordered the physical copy too, but I'll probably just keep reading on my Kindle for now. And I didn't get that far yesterday. I got 66 pages in, so I'm on chapter 6, which is only 10% into the book. This is a pretty long book. It's like 700 pages, but I just want to take my time with this one and just like really just enjoy it because it's the last book. So I'm gonna let myself take my time, but I am gonna read it on my Kindle. So yeah, I started that yesterday. I'm buddy reading it with my friend Lizbeth, and we were already crying. We only the first few chapters we were both sending each other voice memos and we were crying, and it was just a lot. But nonetheless, I know it's gonna be a beautiful book, and I'm already enjoying it, even though it's heartbreaking. But then also to go with that, I figured I would also start Done and Dusted, and then once I finish both of these, that will be like the end of today's video, since these are all pretty viral books. But yeah, I started Done and Dusted today, and I'm only on chapter 2, but so far I'm already really liking it. Even though I'm just on chapter 2, I think it's gonna be a really good, easy read to kind of just read along with Into the Dark, kind of like a more light and fluffy, and then obviously this is more like emotional, heartfelt kind of vibe. So I think I'm really gonna like this. I've been seeing everyone talk about it now that Swift and Saddled just came out, and that one also sounds really good. So I'm excited to read this and see how I like it, and then eventually one day get to Swift and Saddled. But yeah, so that is my reading update. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what I'm reading, and then how I'm liking everything. So yeah. Oh, quick update. So I've been reading Done and Dusted like a little throughout the day. So today is Sunday, by the way, and it's like 4 p.m. And I've been reading it a little bit throughout today and this morning, and I'm still only on chapter 9, so I still have like, you know, a long way to go. But I just wanted to give like a little update on it. I am really enjoying it. I love like the small town cowboy romance vibe. It's really like perfect. I feel like it's a really good book to read in like the spring summertime, just because the vibe that it kind of gives off. But my main thing that I've noticed so far is that I really love Teddy, which is Emmy is our main character in this book, the female main character, and her best friend is Teddy, and I love Teddy. I really, really love Teddy. I feel like so far, like the little bits that we get, oh my hair looks crazy. The little bits that we get so far of Teddy, and I really, really love her. She's so funny, and you can tell she's also just like so caring and thoughtful, and I just love what she's done so far in this book. So I'm really excited because I was asking around on Instagram, and apparently Teddy's book is going to be book 3. So Done and Dusted is book 1, and then Swift and Saddled just came out, I think last month, and that one is about Wes and Ada. And then book 3, I forgot what it's called, something Lost, I think it's Lost and Lassoed or something like that, and that one is going to be Teddy's book. And now my guess is that obviously we know Teddy is the female main character in that book, but I have a guess that the male main character in that book is going to be Gus Ryder, which is Emmy's brother, her oldest brother. I think that it's gonna be him, mainly because we've been getting a little bit of the banter between Gus and Teddy, and I just think it's gonna be them. I already know who book 2 is about, and I know that book 3 is Teddy, and I think that the older brother is gonna be the love interest. That is my theory right now. All right, back to reading. Hi guys, so it's a few days later from when I last updated you, when I was still reading, I forgot really what my last update was, but I know that I was still reading Done and Dusted and Into the Dark. So I wanted to come on here and give you guys a reading update. So I actually finished Done and Dusted today. I finished it a little while ago, and I just wanted to give a quick update and let you guys know my thoughts and my opinions on the book and like what I rated it. And then I wanted to give my final like review and rating for Daisy Haites The Great Undoing. And so yeah, so let's get into it. So I finished Done and Dusted, like I said, and I liked it. I think it was okay. Like, I liked it enough to read it and finish it, and I read it pretty fast. But I will say that I'm not like obsessed with it at all. Like, I definitely will read the second and third books. I think I definitely will pick them up, actually, because while reading this I really liked the best friend of the girl main character. I liked Teddy a lot, and also it was kind of cool to see Wes and Ada's relationship, like get the little intro to who they are to each other, which is the couple in book 2. So, and their like storyline sounds really interesting to me, so I'm excited to see that one. But yeah, I didn't love this one. I will say I feel like there was a lot of telling in this book instead of showing, and so it was a little bit hard for me to feel connected. Like, there was a lot of parts that I was just like skimming past because I really just didn't care, honestly. But the writing style was pretty good. I think this is her debut novel, and I will say there were some things that I liked. Like, one thing I really liked, I really enjoyed the vibe of the book and like the small town aspect and like the family and all that. I liked that, but yeah, I just wasn't as good as I was hoping. And unfortunately I was kind of comparing it to Heartless by Elsie Silver, because that was actually the first cowboy romance that I ever read, and I gave that book a 5-star. I love Willa. I love their relationship in that book, and that book is top tier to me when it comes to cowboy romances. I can't speak for the rest of the series because I actually DNF'd Flawless, which is the first book, and then I haven't read any of the other ones yet, but Heartless did it for me. Like, I loved the found family, I loved the writing style. That one I was fully immersed, and I loved the characters, and so I feel like I was kind of comparing this to that, but in general, it really did not, it wasn't as good as I was hoping. So I gave this book a 3-star. I was honestly stuck between a 2.5 and a 3, but I decided just to give it a 3-star because of how, I mean, I would still recommend this for people to read. I mean, if you're in the mood for like a quick read, a small town cute book, then yeah, pick it up. But it's not something that I'm going to be like raving about, and I definitely won't be thinking about the characters anymore. So I just wanted to get into that. And then for Daisy Haites, that book I absolutely loved. As you guys saw in the rest of the vlog, I absolutely loved that book. That was an immediate 5-star book for me. I love Daisy and Julian and Christian, and I love their storyline so much. I mean, I love all of them. I loved Magnolia and BJ, and I just love all of them, but the Daisy Haites books are my favorites. So that book was amazing, and obviously, like, you know, I was upset for Julian, but for the most part I really loved everything. I loved that there wasn't as much miscommunication in that book as there were in like the other Magnolia Parks books and Daisy Haites 1. There was like not a lot of miscommunication at all, so I really liked that part of it. I just loved everything, honestly. It was a 5-star read for me, and I highly recommend that series if you're in the mood for a romance book that also has a lot of like drama with rich people and kind of gives like Gossip Girl vibes. And think like Gossip Girl vibes in the sense of Chuck and Blair, because I feel like the couples really remind me of that, both Magnolia and BJ, and Daisy and Christian. And then Julian is my favorite of all. So there's a lot. There's a lot going on in that series, and it's my favorite series in general. It's a favorite series, so it's really good. So yes, 5 stars. And then I also, as I was telling you guys, I started Into the Dark. So I got the physical copy. Here she is. She's a thick one. I got the physical copy, but I also ordered it on my Kindle because I felt like I was in the mood to read it on my Kindle instead of reading the physical copy, but I wanted the book in my library. So I've been reading this like when I'm in the mood for it, like at night, because I have it on my Kindle, and I can tell you where I'm at. I am on chapter 29, page 244, and I'm 35% of the way through the book. So this book is really long. It's like over almost 800 pages, and it's really hard to get through. Like, if you've read the other Magnolia Parks book, Long Way Home, then you know how that ends, and you know what this book is going to be about. And so it's a bit hard to read. It's just sad, but it's still really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm just like taking my time through it because I really want to just enjoy it. And this is their last book in the series. This is the end. So I feel like once I'm done reading it on my Kindle, I'm gonna go through and annotate this book, and then yeah, and then that'll be the end of this. And then we have the Daisy Haites book coming out, and then that'll be the end of the series, which is insane. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I've decided that I'm just gonna end the vlog here, and I'm not gonna finish this book on the vlog because I'm gonna take my time. But I know it's gonna either, right now for me it's standing at a 4-star, but I'm only 35% of the way through. So by the time I finish it, I might end up giving it a 5-star, but it'll probably fall between a 4 and a 5. Definitely not gonna be lower than a 4-star, just because I love all the books, but it's definitely a 5-star series for me. But yeah, so that's my update, and I think I'm just gonna leave it here for now, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this week's reading vlog. I feel like I read a lot of good books, and I just had a really good time, and I'm definitely going to keep doing this, like where I read more viral books and things like that, because it was really fun. So yeah, so if you enjoyed it and you're still here, thank you. If you could leave a comment and let me know what you're reading right now, or just like this video, subscribe, all that stuff, that would be amazing for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!